Actually, our rule in brainstorming in Blue Sky is there's no such thing as a bad idea.
That's not true at all.
Exactly, but you're not supposed to say that.
I think what I'm trying to say is, all those people out there, they're going to be able to empathize with the fact that you understand the position these guys are in right now, right? And what I'm putting them through. And so, I'm randomly choosing some hats here, and I have no idea how we're going to make this work. There's no system for this. But we're going to do person, place, and thing out of some of these hats, and we're just going to get rolling. And maybe we'll give you 2 minutes, maybe we'll give you 5 minutes, I don't know. Let's see how the ideas develop. See how guys, I want to get some from the bottom here. There's so many good parts in here.
Another tip for brainstorming is always start by saying, this is a terrible idea. But I'll throw that out.
Oh gosh, this is getting good already.
I need your help for it too.
Okay. All right. So I don't know exactly how this works, but I'm going to throw out 2 words. They've written down person, places, or thing, and let's again pretend like they're not there. You 2 are in a writer's room. You're brainstorming. You've got to create a story.
There's supposed to be a vast table of candy.
Yes.
And coffee, lots of coffee.
Lots of coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Use your imagination. You're an Imagineer, right?
It's just like that.
And
And the coffee can fly.
Yes. All right.
Sorry, we haven't said
I need you to create a story for me, and it's soon, that involves Pee Wee Herman and Singapore.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I start with the bike from the first movie because I always want to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Like, what?
So, is this gonna be a sequel or a prequel? You think?
Oh, I think it should be a sequel, but what if? Oh no, this shows my parentage. But what if he needs a replacement part from Singapore?
Right, yeah.
Or
Special order.
he gets a replacement part, but it was made in Singapore, not in Detroit, and so he's really upset. And
How? Wait.
He wants
I think we can
vintage.
just say random cities and we'll get a plot.
I just heard from one of the producers. This is a short YouTube video.
Oh,
So
it's a short. Well,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So, Pee Wee's trying. He probably is trying to do a comeback. So
sure.
Yeah. So he wants to.
So is it him griping about Singapore design
Oh yeah, maybe.
on his bike?
Well, because in Singapore they're using centimeters and millimeters, and we use inches here, and the thing won't fit.
It rubs on the tire. And
Right.
He's already lost 3 tires
Right. So now.
on a 2-tire bicycle.
I love it.
I just got a call. I got a call from a toy company.
Oh,
We
no.
have some product placement. We got to work in a dinosaur somehow. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Awesome.
That's okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I think he should have like a dinosaur sidekick, probably.
Or maybe he has to go back to, remember in the first movie there's that dinosaur, that large Mark
Yeah, the one
the ghost driver on the semi?
Right. Yes. So he has to revisit.
Yeah, he has to go back.
And the ghost driver's there waiting for him to.
Maybe hoping that the dinosaur has since changed to oil because he's adding a motor to his bicycle. I told you they weren't all good ideas. I told you.
So based on the amount of time you've had right now, what do you feel like is what's your log line?
Oh.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
That's a very good question.
I mean, you threw out some good stuff right there. So what do you think you're going to roll with out of there?
I think-
As you were saying these ideas, if you were in a writer's room right now, as you were saying these, was there one that was like, that's actually pretty decent?
Well, I don't know, but I think Pee Wee should be calling us to help revive his career.
Oh my gosh, what if the bicycle became a time machine like Back to the Future and he has to go back to the dinosaurs
Right.
because he wants to use oil in its original form?
I think that's it.
That's the one. That's the one. All right, that was good. That was good. Let's see here. I don't think you want to work with that.
Now,
Let's go to the
too
bottom.
similar.
Too similar to the last story.
I was going to call that one out, and I was like, why would he do that to us?
Okay, all right.
Multiple things.
Someone put multiples on a card here. Let's see if you can
they're
work
clever.
with. Let's do 4 different. because there's 3 on one card and 1 on the other.
Okay.
This will be a fun challenge. We need a story that involves a mosquito, a Bloody Mary, a barn, and somehow leg warmers.
Well, I already think it takes place in the 80s.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Can the mosquito get through the leg warmers? That's my first question.
And my mind went to mosquito and Bloody Mary and mosquito and blood. So I think, maybe there's something there.
Maybe the mosquito's name is Bloody Mary.
It is like
the mosquito is Mary is not very clean when she bites.
Yeah.
She's a sloppy drinker.
I like it. And it's like a legendary mosquito in this barn. We forgot the barn.
Everyone knows Bloody Mary. It's like Bali High.
Right. To avoid her at all costs.
Does she carry any diseases?
Alcoholism.
The 80s?
That was writing genius right there. I don't think we need to go any further. All right, let's do one more just for fun. Everyone's getting hungry. Okay. There are no Bloody Marys in the lobby right now, though. Sorry. I would not on theme enough. All right, so...
By the way, that would also be on the table.
Yes.
This is the afternoon.
How about... they're like, we like this idea. Let's keep working on it.
We'll be back.
All right, how about a
next
polar bear and a dungeon? Something to do with a janitor and a data research center. A polar bear, a dungeon, and we have a character who's a janitor, possibly in a data research center.
So what if it's really cold in the basement?
Yes.
And so it's like he'd have to be a polar bear.
Right. Well, because it's data research. They have lots of computers. They got to keep it cold.
Gotta keep it cool.
Do they know the polar bear is down there? Does he work for them? Is he an employee?
Now, if he's the janitor,
Oh, yeah.
if he is the janitor, is he a real polar bear or just a really hairy guy?
Prematurely gray.
And he kind of hunches over.
Yeah.
And he
Right, his
doesn't
nick-
clip his fingernails, which
Right.
makes data entry a lot more difficult.
Right. His nickname is the polar bear.
I like it.
Yeah, I see it on Netflix.
But wait, does he do data entry, or is he the janitor, or do they call him the janitor as well as the
Because he
polar
cleans
bear?
up
He cleans
their
up-
messes, the
he
data
gets rid of
messes.
all the data they don't want anyone to know.
Yeah.
So this is like set in New York City
Right. And then he gets kidnapped because he knows.
by the IRS.
By the IRS.
There's like some major piece of journalism that came out recently, and producers want this to be super timely. It'd be great if we could do some kind of joke, something in there that involves, just to be more relevant, Geraldo Rivera.
So the polar bear has been locked down there for years, and Geraldo has come with his TV crew to break the lock open.
And the polar bear is a giant fan of Geraldo, because that's the last time he was out.
Yes.
When Geraldo's show was on TV.
Yeah. They're still relevant, right, Geraldo?
And it's almost like all the years pass away when they break through that door. It's really very sweet.
It's moving. It's touching.
All right, so in closing, I don't know, what, just from each of you, what's one piece of advice based on what you're doing right now that, is it just be curious? Is it there's no bad ideas? What's the idea behind being able to brainstorm like this?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it really, early on when I first started Imagineering, it was very shy, and it would be difficult to participate. I'd be in this room with these people, and they'd been Imagineers for years, and I clammed up a lot, but then people would throw out ideas, and I'd go, I was just thinking of that, I should have said it. So now it's just like, it's like there's no bad ideas, just say it. And even if it is, bad or weird, it usually bounces off somebody else, and they take it and they go, yeah, but what if we tried this? So just don't be afraid to
Yeah.
to
How
prove them
different
wrong.
would this dynamic have been if I would have just asked one of you to do this just now? Would have been very different, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been funny.
No.
Yeah.
It would have been very.
Yeah. So it's the back and forth and feeding off of each
Yeah.
other. That's the brainstorming process.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
My advice, if you're in a room or if you're just with a couple of other people brainstorming, and this totally comes right off of what Steve said, is learn to be the person who can hear someone else's idea and embrace it and help it become better. Because really, you know, especially when we're young writers, we're so afraid. We just want to prove ourselves. We want to have the winning idea. We want to be the person who makes such a difference. And there will always be time for that. But if you can get yourself to the point where you can help other people's ideas get better, you'll be paid for that.
That's good advice. Hey, can you show them some appreciation for this group?